Hello, and welcome to this segment of Galactic Healing and Readings with Light Activation Healing. I'm Cindy Eyler.
I'm Homer Castillo.
And I am Ai Ozawa.
And we are so happy to be with you tonight to delve into the realms of star consciousness, galactic consciousness, alien consciousness, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is to you. But basically, it is the consciousness within the galactic realms, the star realms. And as we have talked about before with light activation healing, we are very connected to this energy. I had mentioned before that I had channeled the information for light activation healing with the Syrians, but it is a collective consciousness that of a lot of star systems that are within that whole realm of bringing light activation to us. So the way I see it is these realms that are involved with light activation, they must be involved in the galactic realm as well. So they must be working together, star systems with star systems, consciousnesses with consciousnesses that are matching for a unified benefit of ascension, helping us to live healthier lives, helping us to better our lives and to raise our vibration. So they also can do the same thing. They realize that the more we can be more of who we are, more of our soul and divinity, more of living in our passion and living in our truth. And how do we do that? By healing, by uncovering, by finding more and more of who we are through light activation healing and through spiritual journeys. Of course, there's other things that come into play in life that we learn and grow from. But just for the light activation, we do it with the healings, with the teachings, with the spiritual journeys, and all of the things that we've been sharing with you. So all in an effort to better ourselves, know more about ourselves, and to raise our vibration and attain a higher ascension. There's something that has been coming up with a few of my clients lately that I don't know, I'm just hearing it in my head. So I'm going to put this out there. Because I have most of my clients are year clients where they work with me for a year. Some of them are 6 months, but I'd say most of them are yearly now, but long-term certainly. And some of them have worked with me year after year after year. Like it's something that they do for themselves. It's, some people go to a therapist year after year after year. Some people, get a trainer year after year after year. So it's not weird that someone would come for sessions year after year after year, especially if it's helping them in their daily life, in their present life, for their future, and spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, in all ways. Like, it seems like a no-brainer. Who wouldn't want that? So a couple of them asked me recently, like, when do we get there? Like, how, we keep uncovering more and more things with these healings. When does it end? Like, I mean, how long are we going to keep doing this? And the answer is, it's the $1 million question, and I have the $1 million answer. It's as long as you want it to be. So I will tell you, as long as you're a human, there's going to be things to work through. When you have things affecting you that are from your DNA, which is your family line, which also connects in with your cultures of your family line, who knows if you even know all of those or what they are, the traumas that those family lines have lived, how they are, and the traumas do affect you in certain ways, or some not at all, some very strongly, some subtly, or just like the family dynamics, trauma, secrets, generational entities, if you got those going on. Like, there's so many things with DNA. And when you think about your soul's progression, Your soul comes here to experience and learn through your lifetime. And so we come back and come back. How many times our soul's going to come back to learn different things? So you can imagine, if our soul is eternal, then healing can certainly be eternal, because we are that big, we are that deep, we are that expansive. So the truth is, if you decided to not work on yourself anymore, if you said, you know what, I'm done with these healings, I think that I'm good. I always think it's funny when I've never had someone say that to me from healings, but I've heard somebody, like in a class I was taking, going, oh, I don't need to, I don't need to work on myself at all. I'm really good. And my life is perfect the way it is. And I just laugh, because if your life is perfect, I'm not saying if your life is perfect, but if you have nothing else to work on, there's no point on you being in this physical body anymore. Usually when you're done, that means you're done. So if you're here, there's something to work on. So the $1 million answer to the $1 million question of how, when are you finally there? When have you healed everything? Is when you decide you're done doing it. And so some people will decide, you know what, I'm good. And some people will continue to work on their healing. But believe me, whatever vibration you are at are going to be the situations and issues that you now you're going to have situations to deal with. So you're always going to have some issue that's going to come up, but it's going to match whatever vibration you're in. So if you're to a place where, it's pretty good, but it's not great, you're still going to have those issues, and they're not going to resolve. If you're not going to work on yourself, the issues won't resolve, and you'll just keep having those issues forever. And that's your choice. Everybody has free will. And if you work on yourself and you benefit, and you are becoming better version of yourself, becoming more happy, more peaceful, understanding life, and really maneuvering it in a much better way, then you're going to have situations that come up that match that. And that would be easier to deal with than the lower stuff. But since you're working on your stuff, since you're open to working and bettering yourself, I'm not saying it doesn't have to be hard, but it's going to be just, you're on a momentum, and you'll be able to get through it and move through it. And then the next thing will come, but you won't be stagnant with the same issue coming over and over and over again. So that's one like little, what do I call it? Like a clue for you. If you keep having the same issue, that means you need to work through something. If you have the same sort of problems, the same things you can't get over, the same things you can't move through, the same kind of things keep coming up in different ways with different people, the same people, doesn't matter. It's like the universe telling you, okay, you're going to work through it this time, because we'll just have to keep going through this until you work through it. Or this is, a perfect example. When you tell a client someone and something, and they go, oh, I already know that. Like, tell me something I don't know. Now, I just want to laugh at people, because that's so ignorant. The reason why they know is because they're not fixing it. And you want to know something new, you got to fix that first. You're going to keep hearing that thing. You're going to keep seeing that thing. You're going to keep experiencing that thing as long as you don't do anything about it. So when you're coming to me telling me, oh, I know that, tell me something new, I'm going to say, okay, great, you know it, now do something about it. Because if you want something new, you got to do something about this first, because it's the block that's in your way. You're not going to get the new stuff until you deal with the old stuff. So that also goes with family line too. Family line can get in the way of your progress if you don't work with somebody that's really good at digging deep and seeing how these, we call them trails, are moving through your life, through your energy and what's connected to you, you may never find out these things that are hindering you. So it's really important to know who you're working with, if they're going to, what is their real level that they're going to be able to help you, and know what your goals are. So that's my thing that I wanted to bring up as far as how, who's working with us with these galactic healings, and we'll be doing the healings and readings tonight, connecting with the different realms up there. We'll let you know who we're working with. And I'd like Homer to say whatever's on his mind about the subject of galactic healings, readings, anything that's coming to him that he wants to share.
Okay, well, first I have to mention the chat room. I've been trying to get on the chat room to acknowledge everyone. I do see that you're here, but I am unable to respond currently. So just to let you know, we're not ignoring you. We see you.
I don't know if they're frozen, I'm frozen, or we're all frozen.
Oh,
I'm not frozen.
Yeah, we are. I don't think so, but
yeah, but I am unable to respond on the chat room.
Oh, okay. I got knocked off, I think.
Oh,
you did?
You guys know that?
No, Erica says we're good.
We are good. Yeah.
Because you guys were in a circle of doom, and I was I felt very disconnected there for a minute.
A portal.
So I don't know what happened. I don't know what you guys could hear or what. So Homer, can you repeat that again? Because I missed everything.
Yeah, so I'm unable to respond or to go in the chat to acknowledge everyone. But I do see you guys are here. Thank you. But I cannot respond to you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. All right. Did you want to go ahead with what you wanted to talk about, Homer?
Let's see. Because I have so many things to talk about.
Well, what's coming up to the forefront of your mind when it comes to the galactic healings and readings?
Well, with galactic healings, yeah, I just work with my healing team, and my healing team, they are very diverse. They work with the light, of course. They are experts in healing, and also just really tapping in and just helping me and guiding me with whatever I need to do for the person I'm working on. And they're from all over the universe.
Okay.
What's coming up for me is since we started doing this broadcasting, a lot more galactic energy is coming through for sure, and it's very distinct energy, and it's really in your face kind of deal that's going on. Like it's like like sometimes like we can relax and take it easy and work on our issues and stuff, right? Because it's like never ending, like Cynthia said earlier, like it's like one after another, we are working on different kinds of things. But like now it's like, especially the things that we know we need to work on, like they are on your case. That's what I've been noticing with myself in my personal life, and also with my clients. My clients are also like long-term clients. So it's not that I'm seeing them just, every once in a while. I see them on a regular basis. And like they are really on their case. They really don't let it slip. Like there's a difference because on Tuesday we talked about, like we gave homeworks to the clients after our light activation sessions and DNA reactivation sessions. So like we work on the energy itself, but client themselves, they need to work on daily stuff because that's how they need to keep their energy to the high level. So they always have something to work on their own and pay attention and rediscover and stuff like that. And like recently, like what's happening is there's a difference, between like, like you can say like, I did my homework, like when they did the homework the night before, even though they had a week to work on, so like if they work through the whatever they are given to for the entire week, their understanding of the issue and themselves and the healing would be so much different. Like the mastery level, right? Of like how they understand whatever they're working on. But like some clients will say, like I really did my homework. I did a good job, but I know they just did it the night before. And
We know it.
those things like becoming like more and more prevalent. So like I feel like galactic realms are really, want us to like really change, like up our games. It's not that we are not slacking off. They are not saying that, but like we can do better. So that's what I'm getting with galactic.
Right.
Can I answer Allison's question about are the Galactics friendly? Yes, they are, but when they are working, they are very, as a matter of fact, and just everything is pinpoint.
Yeah, they're very loving.
Yeah, very
Very,
loving.
very loving and patient, but they will not let you slip.
Exactly.
They will keep you on it, like, like we don't wanna. Sometimes because like we, astray, like kind of fall, right?
Yeah, they keep you in line, but in a
keep
good
you,
way.
like, yeah.
Mhm.
But not all of them. I mean, it depends on who you're working with.
Exactly.
We're
Yeah.
talking about the ones that work with us on light activation.
Mhm.
Right.
So, if you guys have been following these broadcasts at all, we talk all the time about deciphering energies and knowing who we're connecting with. And that's why if you're ever going to work with anybody, you should ask them, who do you connect with? And because some of them will say, I don't know. And if they say, I don't know, that's really scary. And some of them might say some beings that you don't want to connect with. So some of them might be ones you want to connect with. But just like somebody asked me at the Deepak Chopra convention once was, why are they here? Why are the aliens here working with us? And I said, well, I can't answer that question for all aliens. I can only answer the ones that are working with us with light activation. They're here for ascension. They're here to help us to grow and understand ourselves and better ourselves and to raise our vibration and ascend. So that's, who we're working with. So I'm not going to vouch and say the whole galactic realm is doing that, because they probably, just like humans, have all different interests and all different vibrations and all different levels. So, the one thing, we're not going to go into this tonight, but, there was a situation once where I was with somebody, a long-term relationship. And then finally one day he said to me, I'm really concerned because I keep feeling this thing on the top of my head. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, it's like a scab, and he's one of those kind of people that picks at scabs and stuff. Like, he can't just leave things alone. And he goes, so I keep picking it and it feels like an open hole. And then the scab grows over it again. And when I pick it, it's just the open hole again. Like, it's not like the scab is just like a covering, but it's not like healing at all on the inside. And I'm like, what? Where? And it was right up in the top center of his head. So I looked at it. He had picked the scab off, and I was like, oh my gosh, you have aliens drilling in your head. Like, it was the size of a bike air tire needle. Like, that's pretty thick. That's not like a thin, like little, like you could see into the hole. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, you've been letting that happen for how long? And I'm like, with you, like every day. Why didn't you tell me? And he's like, well, I didn't know what it was. And I go, well, at some point, whether it was before you incarnated or, some point in your soul's life evolution, you gave it permission. Otherwise, it can't happen. You have free will. and I know free will is a whole different subject people will argue about, but I said, you gave permission because they're doing it. And then he's like, well, and he got really angry and he said, I don't like it and they don't have permission and they need to stop right now. And he was just like declaring like this is going to stop now. They absolutely do not have permission. I'm telling you, I don't know what happened before, but I'm telling you right now, there is no more permission and this is stopping now. Stay out. And it stopped. It healed. It went away. So we're going to do a segment next week on spirits that mess with you. And we're going to talk about different spirits, like, not just deceased people, just different kinds. Yeah, there will be that too, but different spirits that, can come in and mess with you, why they do it, what happens, what you can do about it, those kind of things. But so those were aliens that I won't say that, I'm not going to say they're bad because I don't know what they were doing. They were drilling in his head to get information. And he was always really connected to the alien realm. But, and he was always fascinated by it. But I don't know. He also would let his energy go to places that were like he would go to places that had low energy. So he would expose himself to a lot of weird energies. I saw a lot of weird energies around him from time to time. When he'd come home, I would sage the heck out of him. He might be passed out asleep and I'd be staging him and he'd be like waking up coughing like and I said, oh, hell no. You're not bringing that energy here. Like if you don't want me to smoke you out.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I think she got knocked off. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Oh, but the broadcast is going.
The broadcast is still going. There she is.
I got kicked out. Did you notice that?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Welcome to
I
our
don't know
planet.
what's going on with my internet tonight. It's very odd. It must be these frequencies. I was not having any problem. I've been working on my computer all day.
I mean, I can't even go in the chat to respond. So
wow.
Yeah.
Something's happening here.
But I see you guys, and thank you.
This can be a sign, a signal. Whenever
like
you get some high frequencies, things can get weird.
Exactly, especially with us.
And I'm getting hot too. Like I feel them around. So they're like, stop talking and let's get to business. So, yeah. So it depends on who you're working with. And it's very important for you to be able to decipher energies and not just listen to anything. I've heard people say, oh, I'm connected and they want me to talk about it. And they want me to get this out there. But it's like, you don't even know who you're connecting with or why. Like, you're just, whatever you're hearing. And who knows if you're even tapping into it. You could be tapping into something else. I mean, yeah, you definitely want to work with people that know what they're doing. Okay. Hello, everyone. And Homer was trying to get on chat to say hello, but he can't get on there. And that's that. So tonight we're going to be doing some galactic healing readings. And we were doing these when we were showing the light activation, healing tools, pyramids, Homer's things. And we loved it so much because when you work with the galactic realm, you can get so detailed focus and pinpointed messages. Like it's no fluff. In fact, I'm starting.
They're working on you already.
I'm starting to speak alien. Pretty soon, you guys are gonna hear me doing some weird speaking. In fact, the readings are so. I don't know. Our readings are never fluff anyway. But I believe it's because we work with these very, very detailed, pinpointed realms. So that's what we're going to do again, because I'm having a hard time even speaking tonight for some reason. So we better just get busy because they're like
But that
impatient.
happens a lot, even when we're in Peru or
Mhm.
Egypt.
Yeah.
We can't even say a word but we can convey the emotion better than words.
Oh, I
And
know
that's how
what.
they communicate too.
Right, I know what we were going to tell them. Some of the places that we go when we do spiritual journeys are specifically to connect with the galactic realms. So, Homer, do you want to tell them some of the ones and why?
Well, definitely Mount Shasta in California, just in case no one knows where that is. It's in Northern California, but Mount Shasta is definitely one of them. It's just one of many components in what we do, and Mount Shasta is very galactic. For me, it's like an airport. A lot of You see a lot of activity going on. It's like a fueling station. That's how I see it. And Sedona, Arizona, same thing. It's like an airport where just kind of like an international airport, but instead it's an intergalactic airport. Sedona, Arizona. And in Egypt, it's a very powerful portal right there in the Stargate. Even being inside the pyramid, it's a Stargate, and that was where I was able to also, communicate with my star people a little stronger by being in the pyramid in Egypt.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and Peru too.
Often when we're in Egypt, we have private access in the pyramid, and we'll lay down on the floor, because when you lay on the floor, you can feel the spin of the vortex. It's like, whoa. You don't feel it as much. I mean, you do feel a lot of energy in there, don't get me wrong. But when you lay on the floor, you can really feel it. So we do healing and meditations in the Great Pyramid. And
Well, being in there, it's like so inside the king's chamber in what pyramid is it,
the
Cindy?
Great Pyramid.
The Great Pyramid. It's like a square room, and it's all rock or pyramid rock. But being in there, it was like all these rocks were disappearing. It's like a Stargate opening up 1,000 times right in front of you. So
And
that's
I
what it feels like.
really sense that I do believe that that is a generator, an energy generator and connector. So, yeah. And then, of course, in Peru with the mountains, I mean, the Andes, any
Oh yeah.
area that will take you really high up into the mountains, or any area that will take you into a vast desert, any of these kind of secluded places are like
Like in Bimini in the healing hole.
the ultimate, right?
Yeah.
The ultimate places. And yeah, it's really interesting in Bimini because we're friends with a lot of the locals. And I don't want to tell their stories because they are kind of secretive about it themselves. And I know why, but they've had some real experiences there.
Mhm.
So, places that are kind of just out by themselves. Bimini is a little tiny island. It's literally miles long. And then maybe on the width, it could be an eighth of a mile or less in some areas.
Less, yeah.
Like, I don't think there's not, the width is nowhere a mile. It's either not even a half,
You
maybe
can
a
see
quarter.
both coastlines in one part of the island, like
Yeah,
one side of
easy.
water. Yeah, easy.
So, they're literally just out there. And then, of course, the Atlantean energy is there too. And they're not really that far from the, what's it called, Homer?
The
The
mainland.
Bermuda.
Oh yeah, because
Because
the
we were,
Bermuda Triangle is from Miami, Bermuda, Puerto Rico.
so we
Within
were
that
going to
triangle.
take a boat once out to where there is this Atlantean disc in the water. And the guy who was planning the trip for us was like, when we got there, like it was quite a long boat ride for a smaller boat, but he was like, the gauges are going to start going crazy, like everything's going to start going haywire. It's almost a little creepy, but we always live on the edge anyway. We always do
Yeah.
things that are exciting.
We're like,
on
that's
the
a
edge.
typical day at the office for us, so it's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
I remember once I was leading a spiritual journey in Egypt, and I went into we were on a cruise ship. We go everywhere. We do all kinds of things, but one portion of it, we were in the cruise ship. And I came down, there was a bunch of them eating breakfast, and they were laughing and having this great time. And they were talking about where they would want, about Cindy and her spiritual journeys. Like one of them was saying, oh yes, it's like Cindy will say, come to this volcano. Don't worry, come up here. And then we go out there and all of a sudden, kabam, and it explodes. And then I was laughing, and then they said, and then one of them said, I want to go to the Bermuda Triangle with Cindy, fly over it, because if we get lost, at least she can tell us where we're at. And I thought that was a good one. So anyway, yeah. So there's certain places that just really,
well, there is a good question
that energy
regarding that. So I mentioned like the major sacred places, but there are also minor ones or smaller ones. Like where I live in California in the Bay Area, we have like Mount Tamalpais, for example. I don't know, do we have Yosemite? I think, but like minor ones. So Allison here is asking if there are any sacred places in the East Coast.
Well, yeah. I mean, where there's a lot of vortex energy is in North Carolina and Asheville. Okay. The Blue Ridge Mountains are there. Yes. And even in one of the towns surrounding Asheville, everything was so weird. Like my car, I would turn it off and it was on. I would turn it on and I would turn it on and it would already be on. Like it was just I'm like, what is going on here? And then when I went into like just the supermarket, weird things were happening in there. It was like, I looked at my app for my Starbucks, and it was like, said I had like $100 on there. I was like, never do I have $100 on my Starbucks app. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to put more money on if I have $100. So then I ordered my stuff and I gave it to her to scan. She goes, oh, you need to add money. And I'm like, it says I have $100. She's like, I don't know. Then and then people were like, they'd be walking and then they'd stop and they'd just be like looking lost. And I'm like, go ahead. I said, I'm a little fuzzy. And I said, I'm a little off today. He goes, I'm off too. I don't know what's wrong with me. I said, wow, there's some vortex right here. This is crazy. But definitely in the Blue Ridge Mountains and that area. And then, of course, probably, I have not been to the Smoky Mountains, but I'm sure I know somebody who used to live over there, and they were into a lot of alien stuff. But also Bimini is not in the US, but it's only 50 miles off of Miami. And also, I live on the East Coast of Florida, and there's a lot of Atlantean energy here for sure. So yeah, the more you can get to somewhere that's desolate, the better the situation is going to be for that. Okay. Homer, did you want to answer any of the other questions in the chat room?
Well, I was going to ask you, because you've been to Arkansas. What do you think of Arkansas? Yeah. Or New York, because you've been to New York. Do you know of any places in New York?
No.
Allison is in New York.
I'm not saying there's not. I know that there's upstate New York. I've never been up there, so there's probably something there. Anywhere that would be desolate and open, like that's usually the typical kinds of areas. Of course, Colorado. I have not been to Colorado, and I want to go so bad. But those mountains have to have.
Oh yeah. Yes, for sure.
So I mean, anywhere where there's mountains, and That place seems pretty amazing.
Probably Utah also, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, okay. Suzette says there's often sightings in Myrtle Beach, and
Oh, that's in South Carolina, I think.
let's anybody who would like to get a galactic message. What we're going to focus on tonight is, because I always like to have a focus of the message, because this isn't about just giving you an everyday reading, which I'm sure people would appreciate, but we want to use the time to honor who we're connecting with and the work that they're doing with us. So we're going to ask anything that has to do with your life purpose, your life path, or any steps you need to take that maybe something's in the way of your path and what you could attain. So any of those things, we're setting the precedence that we get information like that. So, but it would have to do with something with your life path and information to help you know where you're at and where you're headed and how you could better that. So if anybody would like one, say, I'm in, I'm ready. One of those. Either I'm in or I'm ready. And again, you can write it, if we keep going and your name gets pushed up, just go ahead and write it again. That's no problem. And if you would take a minute just to like this video and share it, maybe comment, that always helps to help us get it out to more people, and we appreciate that. So I'm going to be, again, I really enjoyed last time working with the collective, with the Syrians, the ones, the collective consciousness that I had channeled the light activation healing system from. So I can't talk. So that's who I'm going to be working with. How about you, Ai?
I will be working with Galactic Dragons.
Oh, she's back to the dragons again.
Yes, I love dragons.
I didn't even know that about you all this time.
Oh, I did.
I have
she worked with dragons.
Yeah, I have very close connection with the dragons.
We saw the same dragon in one of our light activation classes.
Yeah, they helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Where was I? I missed that.
In Oakland. Yeah. I love the dragons too.
Homer?
So, yeah, I'm going to work with the Syrians, but also today I was getting a strong push from one of the Lyran races, so I'm going to work with them as well. And hello to everyone who just came in.
Yes, and
we cannot respond, but
we are all seeing your comments. And it's sad to us because when all the comments come here from wherever you're watching this into one column for us, so YouTube or Facebook, various Facebook pages. But when this is over, sometimes it's hard for us to find the comments again and talk back to you, because we all do. We go back to do that. And then sometimes the message won't go under your message. So then we don't even know if you actually saw it. But we really want to acknowledge, we appreciate you being here and commenting and putting your questions, any question you ever have, and letting us know you're here, because it really helps us to know who's watching. Because all we see is a number, and we don't know who's actually watching that. So thank you. I just want to say thank you.
And I love questions, so quick questions.
And the ones and those of you that come back time and again, we really appreciate you a lot. Yeah. When Allison says, when you say family line, do you mean ancestry line or galactic family? Can be either one.
Both.
Can be both.
Yeah.
Either and all.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. Because
it's whatever comes up for you. Whatever comes through in a session is what is most important for you to know at that time. So if you didn't like what was coming through, it's most likely that like that thing I told you before is you already knew that. And you may not know a lot of things. I mean, sometimes and sometimes that's a certain breed that does that. I'm not saying that's the normal, but we do have people that say, I already knew that. Tell me something I don't know. Usually we have a mix of things you know and don't know. So whatever comes through is what you need first. You have to peel backwards So you got to work with on the surface to get what's behind the surface. So whatever comes up, really take it to heart, because that's what you need to know most right now. Okay. All righty. So I'm sure some people have said, I'm in or I'm ready. So do you want to look through the list and pick someone?
Sure. How about Samantha?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good
Yeah.
one, because Samantha shared to her Facebook friends, and I
Oh.
like that.
Oh,
Welcome.
welcome.
Welcome to Samantha and her Facebook friend. All right. So what we ask you to do is relax. If you're wearing glasses and we're doing a little mini healing reading, I want you to know that take your glasses off so you can go inside and really take in the message. Okay. And we're going to just start sending and clearing frequency. And all we're doing, we can't do anything that you don't want done to you, but we can just send in, clearing to clear out debris out of your space. And usually people want that, but some people want junk in their space. But usually those people wouldn't be around us, because we don't tend to like junk in our space. Ai is totally connecting. Her eyes are totally flickering. So that is a sign when you're connecting to the galactic realms. A lot of times your eyes will start twitching like that.
And when we see people in person, sometimes we see their eyes moving.
Right.
And sometimes I see their body moving as well.
Right. Well, when we're in sessions, their bodies can start doing all kinds of weird things.
I can talk about that too.
Yeah, we need to talk about. We can talk about that today. That's really
Okay.
I'm getting so hot. They just want us to do some reading, so we better get into this. And then Homer, let's talk about that, because when we're in session and clients start flipping and flopping all over the table,
it can get interesting.
It gets very interesting.
We need seatbelts.
Yeah. I've had to stand next to tables when I was teaching light activation healing, so to make sure that someone didn't fly off the table. That's how much they were moving.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in just a little bit, because they are very anxious and they're telling me to be quiet and do this. So I don't know why I keep trying to deter from it. I'm not trying to, but it's just so much interesting information coming through.
Yeah, I mean, they're always on point. Like, okay,
get to it. That's why they're trying to mess up my speech. Okay, Samantha. See, I was going to call her Catherine. Samantha. Taking a deep breath. And we're sending in frequencies. And when we're sending in these frequencies, they're showing me like stars, starlight frequency just pouring into you. And you're just receiving it. So I can see already that you have a connection with the star realm, whether you know it or not. I don't know. But they are smiling and they're like welcoming your connection back to them. And they're saying connection back to your heart. This is a connection back to your heart. And they're saying, I'm getting chills. So when I get chills, it's like them saying, yes, this is so important for her to know. So when I'm hearing, open your heart to so much more of this world, that you keep yourself pretty contained, and it's honorable that you're pretty good about being aware and working through things in a pretty, I feel like you're pretty stable. But they're saying there's so much more to life. Be willing. They're smiling. They're like be willing to explore and be a part of the stardust. Like be a part of the light. Be a part of these light frequencies. We have so much work for you. Now I'm seeing your galactic family. You have a galactic family, and they're showing me, and they're showing up as these white light beings. And you know what? I haven't seen that for a long time. And they're all different size, and there's like no face or anything. There's just white, like white light bodies. And they're saying you have a connection with both Atlantis and Lemuria. And they are saying, get back to your roots and know the ancient connection with the star connection. So anything like with those ancient lifetimes, study those lifetimes, get involved with those things, like take a trip with us to Bimini or even Shasta. And they're saying even Sedona, like any one of those, but I'm seeing them really either saying Sedona or Bimini would be really excellent for you. But they want to reconnect with you, and they're holding their hearts. They have a real heart connection with you, and it's like they've missed you, and they're like so excited that to have this connection with you. So their guidance for you is to nurture this connection, get back to much more of who you are. And they're just smiling. They're like, you're going to be so much happier. You're going to find out so much more about yourself, and you're going to open your life to higher frequencies and a better level of living. Like you're going to raise your vibration, and your life is going to take off in a much higher feel good way. Okay.
Like the first thing, like, Cindy was, I can't talk when Cindy started talking about this. Like, it's really like literally like you are like surrounded by like millions of stars, and like I felt so much love coming through. It's like those star beings, like, like it's like, welcome home, like they're your best friends, they're your families, and like they're so happy that you're connecting with them. And like they want you to, start opening up to more, because so much more is available for you, like so much more joy, so much more love, all those, like good feelings that we want in our lives available for you. But you need to choose to open, and like really, like, like what we can think of is so limited in at any given moment, and like they have so much more. And we just need to be willing to open up and like see what's out there and what's possible for us, because sometimes we can't really think of those things. And so like they're saying it like step lightly, like walk this life like really lightly, not like so heavy and like super serious. I'm not saying like you're super serious, but it can be lighter. It's so much more joy that's available for you. So but like I feel so much love from them that like it makes me like so happy. Like
I'm
like
feeling it.
yeah, like if you're like like a high school best friends or somebody like you haven't seen for a while, but like it's like reconnecting like after a long time. It's like, hey, it's kind of like that. So I hope that came across.
Yeah, so you can see like how she says she feels like laughing, she makes her happy. It's we talked about that in one of the other segments, is like when you're in a high vibration, you start taking on the vibration of that level joy. I'm getting chills again, like the joy, because it's such a high vibration connecting in with them. And I just feel this sense of this family that has been waiting for you to find them again. It's just awesome. Homer?
Pretty much on the same page. I got similar information. Okay, yeah, I was getting heaviness, but the message was to find the lightness again, because naturally that's who you are. And I kept getting the messages of tonal or music, like certain tones. And so I was connecting with what I was saying with the heaviness and the lightness. But with Cindy, about finding your roots, I was getting the same thing with Lemuria and Atlantis, and even beyond that. I was directed toward the Pleiades star system, but even more so beyond that system too. But I will focus on the Pleiades. Yeah, you have a strong connection there. There's a very there are so many different types of races within the Pleiades, and I was seeing more than one for you. One was like, they almost look like human, like blonde, blue-eyed humans, or what they call Nordic. So I see a connection with that, but also because the Pleiades, they have so many star people. But on the other hand, you're also connected with these Pleiadians that are kind of like what Cindy said with the light. So I'm familiar with those lights. It's like a white light. Very fun beings to be around. They love music. They love tones, and they just jump around, kind of like. And definitely, they love music, and um, just when they hear music, they're in their joy. And also, I agree. Get to know who you are, and you will find that eventually, if not now. Um, your galactic self. There you go.
So Samantha in the chat says, I always talk about
Highlighted.
them and talk to them. I have a whole journal from my whole life. I sit out under the stars and talk to them through writing. And
Oh yeah,
so,
that's a
yeah,
good way.
I said, this must be a confirmation for you. Like, yes, you're connected. I'm just getting chills. This is
I mean,
like
that's a
so
good way to
amazing.
connect because when I connect with my people, I do it when I'm drawing. So when I'm drawing pictures of them, I even forget what time it is. I forget to eat. I'm awake for hours just in the joy and the passion, just drawing my star people. And
you know,
yeah.
where I'm being drawn to is Hawaii too. When we went up stargazing that time, and I
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
stop laughing. Another one, but also I was starting to feel sick because the altitude was so high, and I just couldn't stop laughing and laughing and laughing. And then I just like started like wandering away, like in a trance, kind of like Homer, not going
Yeah.
anywhere, but I was just like under the trance of the starlight. But remember, you guys, when we went to, it was nighttime, and we were next to Two Step by the bay. Um, we were by now, and we were out there at night, just sitting, looking for aliens or whatever might come up. You never know what might happen, but it was night, and we were out there sitting there, and all of a sudden we saw this green light
Oh
under
yeah.
the water, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, there's something under the water. There's a green light," and
And
we
we
were
saw
like, "Oh my
moving.
gosh, they're coming in through the ocean," and they were slowly coming in. We're like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." We're watching it slowly move towards the shore. Oh, we were just like so excited. And all of a sudden we look, and it was some deep sea divers or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you
With a
call them?
green light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like scuba divers. And then we started laughing like, oh man, we thought the aliens were coming.
But I mean, I think it was that trip where I got a visitation from one of the star people right in my room because I was on the bottom floor and one of the beings came through in my room or where I was sleeping and just connected. He said, "Hello, cousin." I'm like, "What?" And then he told me his name, his race, and where he's from, and he's from the Orion star system.
Awesome. Okay, Homer, do you want to pick anyone that said I'm in or I'm ready?
Let's see. Should I go all the way up?
Go wherever you feel guided.
I've never seen this name before. Ravendell.
Okay. Hello, Ravendell.
Oh.
That's cool. I like that.
I do too. Raven is a great energy. I collect animal crystals made out of animals. No. Animals made out of crystals.
Wait,
I can't
animals.
think. I said
What?
crystals made out of animals. That didn't sound right. So it was animals made out of crystals. And I have a beautiful raven. I love it.
There
Okay.
are ravens in space.
Yeah. So we're gonna cut the cords to Samantha. Thank you, Samantha. That was amazing. I loved connecting in with you on that. And now we're gonna tune into Ravendell, who's tuning in from YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Okay, so let's just relax, and we're gonna start sending in frequency. And this flow of frequency that's coming in is a lot more light with a lot more tiny little stars. So a big, huge flow of light, though, flow of energy. And they're saying, we're using this to lift you up and lift you up out of the drama, lift you up out of the things that at the end of the day really don't matter. I almost feel like people get on your nerves or things start irritating you. And they're like, no, we need to lift you up to the level that you're going to feel more comfortable, that you're going to feel more aligned with yourself. And they're saying right now you're aligning with a lot of other people that are a lower energy, and it's hindering your process, your ability to get to move forward. Not that you're not moving forward, but it's like, let's see. It's like as if you were walking through a street, but you weren't on the sidewalk. You were on the street, which was a lower level, and there was a whole bunch of water like that you were walking through. And all you need to do is get up on the sidewalk, and you wouldn't be walking through all that sludge and water. You would have a higher perspective. You wouldn't be getting stuck in the muck. You wouldn't be noticing all the gross stuff that people threw on the ground. You just need to raise your awareness, raise your vibration, to raise your perspective, and start meeting people at a higher vibration. So what I am seeing, that you also have a star family, and they're saying, I'm hearing Syrians, and I'm seeing the color blue, which I associate with the Syrians. I'm also seeing dolphin energy, which also they have a presence there, which they have presence. Dolphins have all kinds, but this is what I'm getting for you. And so dolphins for me are extremely intuitive, extremely healing, and extremely joyful. And just being in a joyful energy can heal your mind, heal your limiting beliefs, and heal your soul. And so what I'm hearing is it's time to step out of the muck and get into the higher level vibrations and interact with people that are on these levels that can nurture your connection and nurture your soul's reason for being here. And I heard your soul's reason is not to be stuck in the muck or stuck in the drama or stuck in the lower negative energies. Like if you find yourself in that, just like, you know what, I'm cutting the cord to this, and I'm going to just perceive this from a better place. You know what, maybe that's where you're at, but I'm not going to be there with you. Like, you have the choice to decide how you're going to feel and who you're going to deal with. And it's time to start dealing with more positive, uplifting people that can support your growth further, because you have a lot more you can go to, and you'll be a lot more happy, but you just got to not let others pull you down to their level and keep you there. Okay,
So it's the similar things. Like, I feel like there's so much so much magic in you that you can give to the world. But like you like anger, it's not anger, but like irritated and bothered, that can happen very often because you may feel very different from people around you. Like, not normal human beings who are not very aware, and that could very much upset you and irritate you. And also people, I feel like you are like respected by people around you, but they could like the drama, like you need to stay above it. Like, if you get engaged in it because they ask for your help or ask for your guidance and stuff like that, like you're gonna be in it, but you want to be outside of it, and still you can help them. But like Cindy said, like I feel like there's like a limiting belief in you that's like old school spirituality, in the sense that it's like a suffer, like you have to go through suffering in order for you to get something. Like you need to be involved in solving problem in order for you to go to the next level, kind of thing. But there's a different way to get there. Like so much magic is available for you, but you have to stay above it, and that needs to be like a constant thing, like feeling good, like because like a happy and all those joy, that's available all the time. And like I feel like you want to help a lot of people, to bring it to that level, but you have to go there first, as in like you need to maintain that level of vibration. And some people you can help, some people you can't help, but stay above it, like really stay above it, because there's so much lighter and more magic that's available to you, like a next level, like you can
Right.
upgrade really. Yeah, so that's the message.
Okay. Thank you. That was awesome. Homer?
Yep, I got similar things too. Really, well, I was hearing expand, expand, expand. Like you've been, I don't know if you're around people that kind of limit you, like limit your beliefs. I was getting, do your best to stay away from that because you have so much to offer. I was hearing use your wings of light and allow it to spread. And
Mm.
and I was getting actually a galactic peacock.
Oh.
Oh,
And from, they look exactly like the Earth peacocks we have, but they are silver in color. And so what I was saying was, because they were saying, don't limit yourself. Now is the time to expand. And I saw the peacock expand, and it's a beautiful silver color that these peacocks have out there. So, and I think I was drawn to you because of your name too, like something about birds. I don't know if you connect with birds or have a connection with them, but I was hearing start to fly. I don't know if you have any dreams of flying, because that's what I was seeing when the healing team was talking to me, flying or levitating. But it feels so natural, um, at least from what I was getting. So I didn't know if you feel natural about flying or levitating. That's what I was getting. Um, but also on the other opposite end of that, connect to the water beings too, like the dolphins and the whales. I even got octopus too. Just being in the water. There's something about being in the water that makes you light, almost like you're flying. So that's another element that you also feel at home with too. So I got two elements, flying in the sky, of course, and also swimming in the water. There you go.
Well, I'm ready to start flying, watching that pyramid spinning over your head.
I know.
I know, I can feel it.
I can too. Everybody who's here is getting a download of some really good frequencies. So, regardless if you get called or not, you are in it. And let's see. Ravendell said, "Thank you. I do remember having wings and knowing how it feels
Ooh,
to fly in the sky."
yes.
Also, Ravendell, you may be doing a lot of astral traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
I mean,
always
that's what
hope.
I was feeling. It feels so natural to you.
Mhm.
It just like flying. I mean, flying is so natural to me
That's
in my
awesome.
dream state. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's funny you just said you're ready and I'm in because I was going to actually call you. So
Oh,
Oh, Joanna
look at
Martinez.
that.
That's my middle
Um,
name, Martinez.
that's Homer's middle name. And she's coming in from YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my channel.
Hello.
And so before we get on with her, I wanted to
Oh,
talk
talk
just
about the body
a little
movement.
bit about how when we're doing sessions, how the frequencies start moving through people. Like you saw eyes. I don't know if you caught eyes fluttering, but that's a common thing when even when their eyes are closed, you can see that they're fluttering, or you can see them moving around. That's a typical thing with frequent anything special. I've seen that happen a lot of times with other people doing healings too, but we get not that we're like I don't want to say we're not exclusive because we kind of are, but just some of the things that happens when clients get on the table. So Homer, why don't you tell or two of your stories?
Okay, so many things can happen because I used to see people in person, and I would get both. Not all the time, but on some sessions, I would get a person reacting physically or a person reacting emotionally. So with the emotion, I'll just give an example. I had a client that just started to cry, like really a deep cry. So I thought, okay. Now I was in my room, and my healing room in the center I was working at, and I was thinking, wow, her crying does not sound good if I was on the other side of the door.
It
So
was more than crying. It was
it was
loud,
like,
right?
it was loud, and it was like if I was on the other side of the door, I'd wonder what what is he doing. So for me, I just opened the door so people could see. Like I'm not even touching. Um,
Right.
so that, and also one time I did have a client, and she asked if her boyfriend can watch. I said, sure, okay. So he sat on the floor, and within a minute of the session, so she was on the massage table under the pyramid. She started to cry too. She was like hysterics, and the boyfriend, I could see his expression was like, "What's going on?" And he could see I'm not even touching her. Like I'm very far away from her. I'm not even putting one little finger on her. So our work, we don't have to touch people, and actually, we don't touch people.
Right.
So things like that happen. But I would also get people laughing. One woman, once I got around the body, like halfway through the session, she started to laugh hysterically, like a hyena. She couldn't stop. So that was on the emotional side of it. But then I also had a client, and I love this story because it was really cool. Um, she had a physical experience. So, um, so she was on the table, on the massage table, and her half of her body went up like this, and then her legs went up like this on the massage table. And at that moment, I was thinking, wow, she has a lot of ab muscle. How is she able to do that? And her legs were swinging this way, back and forth, and her body was swinging a little bit too. Um, she opened her mouth so big, like as if she was at a dentist, where they open your mouth really big. It looked like that. And then her arms came up like this, and then her her fingers, and I saw like her etheric fingers were really long, and her mouth was so big, and all her teeth were exposed, and she was like touching her teeth. And then at the same time, I was looking, while all that was going on. And I thought, wow, this is so cool. This is very interesting. I love this.
And
So
you
that,
said that she was doing a dental exam.
yeah, it was like, yeah, like that. And afterwards, I asked her, were you aware of what happened? And she said, yes. And I could feel it going on. But at the same time, I was relaxed too. But it felt so natural, like I was at home doing
I
something
always
so
do this
natural.
at home.
So I was like, okay, cool. Because I know like galactic wise, things like that are just like ordinary. I mean, not ordinary, but things like that happen.
Right. So Homer, did you mention hyena?
I did mention hyena.
Okay, because Ravendale said I'm picturing a hyena laugh. So Homer has a thing with hyenas. So
Yeah.
I just thought it was so weird that you mentioned that.
Should I mention it?
Yeah.
Well, well, other lifetimes I was a wildebeest and I was a lion. So as you know, hyenas are not the best of friends with the wildebeest or a lion. And so every time, now I used to watch National Geographic, not anymore because I take it personal sometimes and I can't watch it anymore. So when I see the hyena coming out, I have to change the channel because I just get all emotional. But that's like a healing I need to work on within. And also, I was a hyena type being in Arcturus star system, and I was very ravenous, like so. Um, it's like I ate everything I saw, and I mean I wasn't exactly a hyena, but I was like a hyena-like being, and I was blue with leathery skin,
Wow.
and my name was, or the race name for the hyena was the Afchak Vet,
Wow.
blue hyena.
So yeah, we had a few classes where we had a lot of action going on too. We had a chiropractor. We often get doctors or teachers or nurses that want to do light activation. This particular man was a chiropractor. And when he learned light activation, he took that and was working with his clients, and he couldn't believe, he would measure their range of motion before and after and couldn't believe the results he was getting. Anyway, his body started from the waist up. He was flipping up.
Right.
And then from the waist down, his whole legs were like twisting like a DNA strand looks. Like, that's not even possible.
Yeah.
And he was like flipping and then flipping the bottom and flipping up and then flipping the bottom. And my students are that was a really full class too. And my students are looking over at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like yelling at the star being, saying, I told you don't bring weird stuff in my class. I don't want to deal with this. And so, I just had to go stand next to the table so he wouldn't fly off. And then there was another one where somebody finished the healing and he sat up. And again, I think it might have been the same class, because that was I don't remember.
I think it's a different one.
It might have been, but that one was a full class too. But all of a sudden he sat up and he started laughing, and he couldn't stop laughing. And then he got up and he started running around the table. And then we're sitting there, and then
around the room too.
Yeah. And so Homer he's looking over at the guy, and then he looks at me and he puts up his book to cover his mouth, and he says to me, what is he doing? Oh my gosh. And again, I'm yelling at them. I told you don't bring weird stuff into the class. And all the students are leaning over and looking at me like, what are you going to do about it? So I'm like, okay, I think you need to ground it. He goes running out this patio door that had some trees, but it was kind of a small area. And then he ran through the classroom and he ran out the front door.
And I followed him.
Yeah, because that was the parking lot. And I didn't want him to get hit or something. I said, Homer, here's some lavender oil. He needs to calm down. Go find him and put this lavender oil on him, and, have him hug a tree.
I had him hug a redwood tree, and he was there for the longest time.
Homer had him hugging the redwood tree, and oh my gosh, it was so funny. So yeah, all kinds of different things happen. So I always say, don't let those things happen. But Homer always tells them, I want the weird things to happen. So it just depends on.
It makes it exciting. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen.
It doesn't. Well, you know what? The person has to be connected to that and open to it. It's nothing we're doing. We're just.
I mean, like that girl that was moving and doing her own dental exam. I mean, that was what she was used to out there. So.
Right. And then sometimes you'll feel like you're doing something that you're not. Like, I remember working on someone, they said, my leg kept going up. And I said, no, it wasn't. Yes, it did. It kept going up. And I'm like, no, it never went up. But they could feel it. So energetically, it was going up,
Or when
I remember one of these last segments, I told you that Homer, when he first came for his healings with me, he would try to sit up and get out of his body and start doing healing on himself. And I'd be like, get back in your body. Like, what are you doing? And it was like he knew the healing. So he wanted to get up and do it. Now
I felt right at home. I'm like, this is from my people.
And at that point, he didn't know how. Okay, he didn't take the class yet, but he obviously knew it because he was getting up and doing it on himself. And I saw him, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I didn't know him very well.
Did you tell me, get back in your body?
Exactly. And then when we finished, I said, did you know you were out of your body trying to do your own healing? He's like, oops, sorry. So anyway, okay, let's move on to Johanna. And so just relax. And again, we're going to just start sending in frequencies. Wow. So as the frequencies are going in, I feel a lot of tense energy just up on the front of you from like your third chakra, which is your gut area, your solar plexus, up past the heart chakra to your throat. A lot of tense energy. And they're like, they're saying you got to let it go. Like, it's almost like, how We've had people like come with us on a trip and they're constipated for like days because they won't let it go. So, things in your body will start to have constriction, and that you may not even notice you're having constriction because you get used to being constricted. And so they're saying, like, don't take things so personal. Let people be. It's weird that they're saying this, but I just have to say what they're saying. They're saying if people are morons, let them be morons. Like, if people are acting badly, and not to say that you should let them treat you badly, but pick your battles. Don't let yourself resonate with lower energies, because you're an empath and you get really caught up on energies are intense to you because you get caught up in them because you're an empath. You feel everything. And they want you to work on letting go and lightening up, like do the cord cutting, do the, allow any energy that's not yours to go back to where it needs to go, and call your energy back. They're telling me you've left your energy scattered at a lot of places. You help people, you're over giving, you like care about more people than you care about yourself, and that's creating an imbalance with yourself. And they just want you to like let all of this pressure go. So that means, like, how do you do that? It means when there's people in your life that are obviously pulling you down, you need to be away from those people, or, whatever you need to do to fix that. Or if you can not deal with it with them, that's fine too. It depends on the relationship, obviously, but you can't continue to allow people to hold you hostage in their negative energy. You know how they say misery loves company? It's like, don't let yourself do that. You can acknowledge, like, I am really sorry. You must seem like you're very angry, or you're not happy, and I really hope you feel better. And then go out for a walk, or go do something else. Like, you can acknowledge where they're at, but you don't need to join them where they're at. And I also am seeing angels. And what I'm hearing is you're very connected to the angelic realm. The angels have been with you forever. I'm getting chills. They're saying that is your comfort. Work with the angels. Let them soothe you. Let them guide you. Archangel Gabriel and Raphael are the ones that I'm seeing mainly, but there's some other archangels around. I'm trying to see, who is that other angel? Give me your name. Why are you giving me a color? I don't even know your color. Okay, Gabriel, Raphael, who are you? It's like they're being, you know what? That's your own angel. That's your own angel. That's why I didn't recognize it. So it's a golden, glowing angel. That's your own angel. And so connect with your angels. Talk to your angels. Ask your angels for help. Ask your angels for help with anything. Ask your angels for guidance. And remember that when you work with the angels or any other of these higher realms, you have to give them permission to help you. They can help you, they can nudge you, they can show you things, but they can't all the way help you unless you give the permission to help you. So ask for the help, ask for the guidance, ask for positive people in your life. Start involving yourself with people that are involved with that kind of energy. And if you're interested, I know somebody who is, she has a whole, what do you call that? Membership thing. And I know it's not very expensive at all. I think it's like $10 a month. And she's teaching all about the different archangels and how to communicate with them and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. But that's where they're telling me to guide you.
I am feeling like there's so much happening in your life, and then, like, you are so used to handling the stress and like a lot of things that's not like feeling good for you, but like sometimes like we get numb ourselves and we think we can handle it, but we really don't like those things. So like there's a lot of things that's happening, and you're very sensitive to the energy. So like the energy that's going on around the world right now, like it must be so intense for you. Like really, like it's intense for us, but like for you, it's like you are getting so affected by it. So what they're saying is like you have to know how to manage your energy better. Like you really need to, like if you already know some self-care about the energy, you know how to clean your energy and how to ground your energy, cutting the cords, sending out other people's energy, because we don't function well with other people's energy in us, right? So if you know those things, do it. If you don't know it, learn about it, because that's very, very important for you in this from like this moment onward. That will help you so much, because like sometimes like we can like things that we don't want are happening and we know it, but we can't really say like what's wrong, but because like we are so used to it. And so, but like that doesn't have to be that way. Like you can be feeling better and you can like expand more and have a much better life, but you have to learn how to manage your energy better. So like if you haven't learned it, learn it. If you know how to do those things, really do it, like daily, very important. So that's the message.
Okay, Homer.
Okay, I'm on the same page. So with you, Joanna, I got you come from a heart-centered place. You are very sensitive, but just feeling old resentments or other people's energies in your heart area, but it's also affecting your internal organs. So I felt like some tension. So especially, well, I was guided to the liver specifically just to clean it out a little bit. Um, and I was hearing rashes. I don't know if you have any rashes or not, but the liver was just working overtime. So they're saying to release more of those old like baggage, because I'm seeing that you're not. So I'm seeing rashes are taking place, if you have any, but that's what I was thinking, um, as a result of not releasing. So I agree with Cindy with working with the angels. And this is a visual I was seeing, like being in the center of a circle and being surrounded by angels, and just having the angels just lift up your energy, your frequency to a higher vibration. And again, if you don't ask them for help, they can't help you. So just work with them. Ask for their help. Ask for their assistance. Let's see. Also, I was getting, you can use celestite, the crystal. It's a light blue because I'm seeing a lot of light blue around you. And also, angel music too will help you um, feel uplifted and also shift your energy to higher vibration. And also, it'll shift your thoughts too. Thank you.
Okay, I'm putting my playlist to Working with the Angels from my. Oh man, I think I just lost that. Did I just lose it? No. A playlist on videos that can help you understand, communicate with angels. So I put that in the chat. So if you go to that playlist, I don't know how many videos on angels there are, but you'll go right to all of those videos. It'll be really helpful. Okay. Let's see. Do you want to pick somebody else?
Oh, sure.
Oh, I want to say while she's doing that, Joanna's saying, thank you so much, I and Homer and Cindy. I added that part. She said, my liver has been hurting and I used to get very bad rashes as a child.
Oh,
Homer, that information was very spot on.
Whoa. Thank you, Joanna. Oh, you're welcome.
did Suzette say she's in?
Yep, I did see she would like that.
Okay, Suzette.
All right.
Okay.
Suzette. Hello, Suzette.
That's a cool name.
I think
Yeah.
I've known Suzette for probably 17 years or 15
What?
years,
Wow.
something like that. Long time.
Oh.
Okay, so let's tune in. Just relax, Suzette. And it's interesting the way they're showing me the flows of the star energy coming down. It's like for Suzette, it's this flow, and it's all these like bigger stars, and they're just like dropping down on her, like dropping
Oh
down
yeah, I've
on the
seen
ground.
that too.
It's so cool.
I've
It's like
seen that.
ding, 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 ding. It's like open up and allow us in.
It's
And
like
the first
raining
thing
ornaments.
the first thing and it sounds musical too. It's like bing, bing, bing. But the first thing I hear is you worry way too much, and it gets in the way of your messages, your ascension, your higher vibration, your best life. And they're showing me a vision of you walking on one of those bars, you know, that gymnasts do their thing, the beam, walking on a beam, and then just walking steady, but always a little bit worried about falling. And they said, you're not going to fall. And if you do fall, you're going to land on somewhere else and you'll be okay. Don't fear the worst. Don't fear that things are always going to go wrong, because that's where your mind always goes. It always goes to that. And, you know, that's a problem that a lot of people do have where okay, so the guidance I get always with that kind of thing is you're going to use your energy one way or another. You're either going to use it toward focusing on what could go wrong, and that is really scary, and that's going to make you worry more and build more and more of that energy, and it can make things go wrong. Or you can use your energy to focus on what could happen. What's the best thing that can happen? What's the best thing you can do for yourself right now? And that energy is, you won't even use as much energy as the other one, and you'll sleep better at night. So what I'm hearing is for you is, you know, listen to the stars, like listen to the sound of those stars. It's like sound healing, to open you up, to open your frequency up, to let more in. They're saying your energy is too compact because of the worry. So when your energy is compact, it's too hard for you to, when the energy is too compact, it's too hard for anything to come in, whether it's abundance, whether it's love, whether it's happiness, like you're too shut in. You have to practice on opening, expanding your energy. And anything that you want to bring in, if it's more money, if it's more love, if it's safety, if it's security, if it's happiness, you've got to push your energy open enough to receive the frequencies. And as long as you feel constricted, and as long as you feel in lack, you're going to be small, and it doesn't give enough room. You'll get by, but you won't get let in. So I am getting that you are connected to the stars, and I keep hearing those tones. So star tones, like you might want to look up some kind of meditation that has like kind of like spacey star sounds or toning, but like almost like a wind chime kind of thing. But you're also connected to the angels, and they're saying, you know what, work with either one. You just need to raise your vibe and get on with your life in a way that you're going to love more. And they say you know this, but you just have a hard time doing it. Okay,
So the tone, like a wind chime, like a time. That's I'm hearing a lot while we are working on you, and like it's like they want you to really streamline, like like you put some effort in it, and but it's like the effort that you put in is lopsided, as in like sometimes like you have to-do list and you do those things, but you don't work on opening up your energy and really, you know, like taking time and listen to those music, you know, the meditation music or the music that will help you really clear out the energy and lift up your vibration. You don't take time doing those kind of things. That's like, you know, like you do like a one aspect, but you don't work as a whole. So like they are saying like you have a lot of things that you can harvest that's ready to drop into your life because you have put into effort in it in the past, but you are not like consistently flowing towards it. And yeah, like the Cindy said, like worries and stuff like that. Like, so sometimes you stop and the flow stops, you know, so that's like creating a lot of bunching up of the energies, but it's available to you, but you really need to take time to, so like yeah, like the listening to the music and really relax your body and receive it, like, you know, and then like really harvest those things so you can move forward. That's what I'm getting. Like they are more available for you, but you have to harvest those things that's already, you know, available to you first in order for you to get to even more.
Okay.
So yeah.
Homer?
Yeah, first thing I got was you do tend to worry a lot. You tend to think a lot or have so many things that you have in mind that you want to do. Like, I got to do this, got to do that, got to do that. Or just you think a lot. So, a lot going on. But sometimes it leans towards the lower vibration. So, I was hearing do your best to shift your thoughts anytime you feel yourself going low. Think of a higher vibration or a higher thought to replace it. Also, I'm getting that you you can be more grounded because you have a lot going on. Uh, do what you can to be grounded or ground yourself. Really connect with the divine within. Just and trust, trust. Trust the universe. Trust that things will happen as they should. They will unfold as they unfold, the way they should. And yeah, because it felt tight, like energy felt tight. So that. And also, have you thought of using crystal bowls?
Oh,
Because that's what I was saying. Like crystal bowls will really. And so this is what I was saying. With a crystal bowl healing, just the tone of it just penetrates your whole, not just physical body, but your energetic body at the same
Right.
time. So, and I don't know where you live, but Cindy, do you know if she lives in California?
no, she's on the East Coast.
Oh, East Coast. Okay, well, I'm sure you could order a crystal bowl anywhere, I guess. But
Yeah,
a crystal bowl is what I saw.
that's a
They're really
great
good.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we use the big ones, but when I was in Mount Shasta, I got one where I could hold it and just play it like that, so I could hold one. But whenever you feel guided, if you get a crystal bowl, it'll definitely help, and it feels very healing. Um, for your galactic connection, I was getting like a pale yellow, and your people are very tonal. With also pyramids. They work with pyramids too. But yeah, I got like a pale yellow type of people, very tonal. So when you connect back to your galactic roots, there's a little thing to look for. There you go.
Great. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Do you want to go? Oh, you just picked someone. Homer, do you want to go through and find another one?
Let's see. How about there's so many. I'm trying to go up and down. How about Delia? I
Okay.
think I need to go to Delia if you're still there. I went all the way up.
Awesome. Okay. Well, if she's not here, I think she's here, but if she's not, she can always come back and listen.
Okay.
So let's start tuning in. And the first thing I'm seeing is a lot of different, what do you want to call them? Races chiming in. They all want a piece of you in some way. And well, I'm seeing like 3 different ones. And they all want a piece of you. They all want your attention. And so it's strange to me because it almost feels like one's trying to get your attention more than the other instead of a collective that's working with you. It felt like separate things trying to get at you. So what I'm hearing is it's important for you to decide and choose who you're connected with and what connection you want to go with, because right now it feels like there's 3 different ones trying to vie for your attention. And to me, that just feels a little strange because I'm used to working with collective. I'm used to working with like unity, not like something that's trying to be more part of you than another. So I don't, let me just tap in and see what that's about, if I can get any information on that. So what I'm hearing is there are actually different levels, different vibrations. So it's like, it seems strange, but it's almost like they're not on each other's same level. So that's why they're like coming in like that, and they're not necessarily noticing the other one. They all have their own agendas. So one of them feels like it's with healing. One of them feels like it's spreading information. And the other one is what I heard is random hit and miss. Like, oh no, like I personally would want something more focused, but it's like that one's kind of all over the place. Like you could end up doing anything with that one, because they're kind of on going around. Like it's not a focused energy at all. So it feels right. The message I'm getting for you is, because I'm getting this message actually from the Syrians, not from these three, because they feel very segmented and very separate. And I just almost feels like, even though they're not really seeing each other, it almost feels like a combative or a competition energy. I'm hearing from the Syrians, raise your vibration, reach the highest vibrations you can. Don't get caught up in drama, not even if it's with alien drama. Like, don't go into these drama theories and stuff. I don't know what drama. I mean, yeah, there's all whole realms of drama you can get into around alien stuff. They're saying bypass that. If you really want to work on your healing of yourself and your heart, they're saying healing your heart, which is really important for you right now, is to bypass all the kind of drama stuff that keeps people distracted from raising their vibration into higher dimensions, because they're like reaching their hand down to you, like, come here, like, let us help you. Like, they want to raise your vibration higher so you can have a higher benefit and not get caught up in energies that'll just take you for a spin, because there's a lot of energies that will take you for a spin. So that's what I'm getting with that. And I think sometime we should talk about some of the, those kind of things on one of these segments, because, there are a lot of examples of how that happens and how they interact with the human race and can cause negativity and cause people to, just get distracted. I'll just use that word. So yeah, raise your vibe, pick what is most important to you. They keep talking about healing your heart. They keep talking about that a lot. And they want you to step up out of any drama sort of stuff or conspiracy sort of stuff that might be with the alien stuff, or anything like that, whether it's alien or not. Conspiracy and drama is conspiracy and drama. That's what it is. And it'll just distract you from raising your vibration. You'll expand into that level and play around in that level, but you want, hopefully, I don't know if you do, but they're asking you to raise your vibration and take your journey of ascension instead, that you'll get so much more out of that. Okay,
Yeah, so I'm seeing like the distraction. The distractions are so much. Like I saw like a lot of like the aliens that's like getting your attention, like Cindy was saying, and it's same thing happening in the human realms too. Like I feel like, so like it's exactly the same, like the aliens, the humans, like there are different vibrations, and some people really fun to hang around with, and we like it for the time being, as in like we are having fun, but that may not exactly take us to where we need to go. It's like it looks like like it's like a busy market, and like all the vendors are trying to grab you. That's what it looks like in a star realm and in this realm too. So like it's really important for you to choose the highest one, because all sorts of vibration available for you. So like sometimes like like not so high vibrating thing could look like it's fun, and that could distract you, but it really wastes your time at the end of the day, and it doesn't really help you in the ascension process. And like higher vibrations are available, but you have to really choose that, and you need to pay attention to it, because like those grabby ones, those are like loud ones. Like they can easily get your attention, and it may look fun for you, but dot dot dot. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like so like listen to the quiet one, because like a different version of you is available, like a more evolved version of you is ready to come out, but you have to choose it. And yeah, that's like, because a lot of things are grabbing you, and you may like pull to different directions. So really choose like what's important for you, and like what's the quickest, really, like a smoothest path that's available to you for your evolved version. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Homer?
Okay, well, definitely a galactic connection. So what I was hearing was be at home in both worlds, but know when and where and how to walk in and work with each one. Like you are here on this planet too, being a human. So know when to like be a human, when to be grounded here on Earth too. Um, kind of like what I was saying too. So, and with Cindy too, raise your vibration and work on building the light that you have within, like build it within your own. Like it's in there within you. You don't need to be taking it from other sources, like here and there, like almost like an octopus, like grabbing this and grabbing that. Because you can like just find it within your own. So it's like building your own strength, your own light, which you have. It's like finding that. You have it within. You don't need outside sources, really. Just you have to. I mean, it's a suggestion. Just like tap within, and you'll find a lot of knowledge and just the power, but not in the ego sense. Like just finding that inner power, strength. Also, I was being shown that you do work with dragons, but also be very, what's the word I'm looking for? I just had it. Not, well, okay. Work with dragons, but there will be one that does work with you, but it's your true dragon. Just, you'll know your true dragon. You don't need to look for other dragons because you do have a true dragon. I don't know if you saw the movie Avatar, but there's like a scene in that movie that's some kind of similar where the main character is trying to search for the dragon that he resonates with, kind of like that. So if you do work with your dragons, see, I have the word at the tip of my tongue. What is that word? It's there, but I can't think of it. But it's right there. But yeah, that's it with the dragon. Okay, thank you.
And I just feel guided to tell you because it just keeps ringing in my head. Like, you have a connection with the reptilians. So, I mean, that can be, I'm not saying reptilians are good or bad. It's everybody. A lot of people say a lot of stuff about reptilians. So I'm not saying it's good or bad. I just hear that you have a connection with them. And so take that for what it's worth. And you got a lot of really good information here tonight. So you can start choosing which way you want to go with it. You probably should listen to the recording again.
Thank you, Allison. That was the word I was trying to look for. Discernment. That was it. I'm like, it's right there. What is it? Yeah,
Allison, good job.
Yeah, good job. Very in tune, Allison.
Okay, let's do Allison then.
Wait, did we do Allison? Oh, we did
Not
do
tonight.
Allison. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Delia.
Thank you, Delia.
And let's tune in to Allison. So I'm seeing and I got a big chill just as I'm about to say this. I'm seeing a lot of star systems dangling around you like you're in the cosmos. Like you're in the cosmos. This is home to you. It feels like home. The frequency is something that's very aligned with you. Star frequency is something that is you're connected to it. They're showing me lots of like okay, with light activation, we work with grids and stuff, and they're showing your grid as being very just like that's where you hang out. That's your area. So you have a lot of it feels so bright and it feels so magical. And you know how a baby lays in bed and they have those little star mogul things? That's what it reminds me of, because they're just hanging out like that. And it just feels so magical. And they're like, you're already here. You've always been here. And that's who you are at your source. That's who you are. And you are the star element. You are the star dust. You are the star magic. You are the star being. And you're here on this planet to uplift and raise the vibration and bring goodness and anchor the goodness, the high vibrations of the stars here. So it's like, I'm getting so many chills. Woo! So it's like
chills
you
and
are
heat.
there and you are there and you are here, but you're there first. So you may be here, but it's just like you're visiting.
Yeah.
Like you dropped down from that little star mobile thing. Like you were one of the stars that just went, okay, I'll go down and do that. Chunk. And so you have all this support from this star realm that's your family, and they know you're just down there and you're going to raise back up when you want. And they say at night you go up and replenish and you astral travel, and to trust that you're doing that, and that you can do a lot for this world in the astral. So maybe it's a little harsh in the human, but when you're sleeping and you're back to your source energy, your source light, that's when you're doing a lot of magic. So before you go to bed, set your intention of what you want to help with in the world and what you're guided to help with on your path, and ask that in your dream state that your soul and your star being astral traveling self handles it, because you can handle a lot in your source energy. They keep saying that's your source energy. That's your connection. It's really exciting because actually when we do the light activation, we have a meditation to connect with the stars. It's like, that's where I'm seeing you, is way up there where we take people. It's really awesome. Okay,
So the first thing I heard was like, you are made of stars. You are made of stars. So, like you are the star. Like you have that energy, and it's a very clean energy that's available to you that you have the connection to, and be more aware of it, because like like some of us have a certain connection, like a stronger connection to a certain star system, the races, and some of us have multiple connections with a lot of races, and you're more like that. Like you have like ambassadors to like a lot of different systems. Like it's all connected into like a different races and wisdoms and stuff like that. It's like, like a world traveler in a sense on the earth. Like you can travel to different countries and you can learn about those things and bring it back and share with people. So like that's something like you need to do. Like if you, I don't know, like if you're really familiar with a lot of different kinds of civilization in the stars, if you are not, start become curious about it and learn about different star systems, and because they're all different, like like just like in the earth, like we have different cultures, right, depending on different countries. So it's kind of like that out there, but you're like explorer and a scholar at the same time. Like you learn about it and then you share about it with people. Like yeah, so like that's something that's happening in your life, so really honor that, and but like pay attention to it and bring it forward. And I was also getting the nighttime thing, so there may be times like, you know, like you sleep the, you know, whole 7 hours, 8 hours, but you may wake up really tired because you've been traveling a lot, and you know, like you're learning or like you're training or you're, you know, doing stuff like yeah, so like sometimes that happens, and if you do that, you know, don't worry about it, it's not weird. It just happens. But like there's a lot of work that that's happening, and you can bring in like really clean energy that we really need at this time of evolution. So, and then like I feel like you're really calm and you can share the information in a way that people can understand. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from, like, it's very, very cool.
It is.
Yeah,
It's expansive. It's
Oh, yeah,
amazing.
It was like I was
it's
watching a
amazing.
YouTube video.
It's beautiful.
Really. So,
Okay, Homer.
Okay, so Allison, so I don't know, by being here on this planet, it has its heaviness, but you are here for a reason. And it's kind of like what Cindy said, it's like, and I too, about being a messenger or an emissary. Emissary. Being an emissary from where you're at, coming down here to this planet Earth, learning what you can, knowing you're doing the best that you can do, and that should be good enough. And whatever it is that you do is good enough. And then you bring it back home, and it's like you're getting debriefed on what your assignment was and what you learned, things like that. So even though the world may seem heavy to you, just know it's just part of the assignment that you signed up for. It's just like a temporary mission that you're on, being an emissary. Just know that you're doing what you can do and doing the best that you can do. And it's kind of interesting because as they were talking, I was also tuning into your home, and I couldn't even pinpoint a star system. Well, for me, they are all one anyway, but kind of like seeing your home planet. It's closer, it's like closer to the middle of a galaxy. So being closer in the middle, you're able to see a lot more stars than you see the darkness. So a lot of just star frequency right there. But also the main star, which is like where your star system is like the sun, equivalent to our sun. But so your planet orbits around that star system. But depending on where the orbit is, you can take on a physical body or you take on a energy body. So depending on where the orbit is, it will change your physicality. So whether physical or whether energetic, but it's still you in your home world, but just it changes up depending on the time of season, I guess. Let's see. Very light, very sparkly. Yeah, so when you're not in the physical, it's like a frequency. So there is no body. And that's why sometimes being here on this planet can be a challenge because it just feels so heavy with the gravity and so forth. Actually, and I don't know why I keep recommending crystals, but I got the crystal astrophyllite. Remember Cindy and I, that crystal astrophyllite?
Right.
Or astrophyllite, or however
This
you
one?
call it.
Yep.
Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one and the other one. What was the other one? The
Apophyllite?
Yeah, apophyllite. Yeah, both. But especially with apophyllite, it looks like ice almost. Like really clear. Yep. So I think that was the one I was trying to go for. But astrophyllite is good too. If you put it on your third eye. But apophyllite is good. If you have access to apophyllite, that would be cool. It'll help you connect. And the astrophyllite, I think that's harder to get, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I got for you, Allison. Person.
Okay, that's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's like I've been on a trip.
I know. Trip through the stars tonight.
It's
we all got to go on it. So everybody watching, definitely you're on that ride with us. So Just know you've been soaking up the frequencies as well.
I was feeling hot and cold at the same time.
I know, right? Sometimes when we do healings, it can be hot, and sometimes it's space cold.
Cold.
Yeah.
Space cold. Okay, so yeah, thank you everyone, and of course we're gonna keep coming back to do these, and we'll mix it up some, and we'll be back to do more galactic readings because they're so fun.
And next Tuesday is interesting as well.
Interesting, yeah.
It is. What is it? It is.
Psychic
Yeah, when
surgery.
spirits mess with you.
When spirits mess with you. Yeah, so you know, I'm sorry. Sometimes we get, or I get the day, Cindy, I get days mixed up because I think we said we were doing psychic surgery on Tuesday, but the person who's joining us is not available on Tuesday, so we're doing it next Friday. And so yeah, that will be next Friday, but Tuesday is when spirits mess with you. And so it's not just deceased people. We're going to talk about other spirits too, and how they may mess with you, and how you may know, and how it could be affecting you.
And we're going to talk about our stories, how they messed with us.
Yep.
It'll be interesting.
Some pretty intense stuff happens.
And yeah, Friday is the psychic surgery Friday.
Yeah. But as always, we will be doing some sort of light activation healing readings, you know, during the segment. We'll always do that because I feel like we should, and I feel like I like it, and we need to, and it's good. So we'll always do that regardless of what we're talking about. But in the meantime, we're bringing to you a lot of interesting things that can be affecting your life every day, whether you know it or not.
Oh yeah, and also if we didn't call on you, that doesn't mean you didn't get anything. We are working on all of you guys.
We're sending frequencies through everyone here, and with all that star frequency, as we're talking through this, we're taking everybody watching on that ride. Whether you're watching live or you're catching the replay, you're going on the ride because we're in the frequency. You got to be in the frequency too. Okay. So keep coming back, and you know, we try to call on as many people as we can, and we're trying to get, you know, to some of the new and some of the not so new people. We're trying to cycle through everybody, so everybody.
And hopefully the chat room will work for me next time.
Oh, I like that triad power.
Oh,
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And hey, Homer, we never talked about that whole thing about your lifetime of being an Egyptian. Why didn't we ever? I don't remember.
Well, that can fall under the psychic surgery because I was a psychic surgeon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was, I recognize Homer in the Cairo Museum. The reason why I went to Egypt just now is because Delia said triad. And, you know, triads are a big thing of ancient Egypt. So anyway, thank you. We did go longer today because I wanted to do more of the readings. And typically we only go for an hour and a half, but we went an extra half hour. But I just wanted to get to more people, and we had the time, so we did. We really appreciate all of you being here.
And it's super hot right now.
Yeah. Just take this energy and go sit with it tonight. Yeah. So do you need to say anything else, I or Homer?
No, I'm really grateful that everybody's here and participating with us, and you know, taking the journey with us. It's so much fun, and yeah, thank you so much.
Yep, same here. Thank you for joining us and just spending time with us.
Please remember to like, share, subscribe. All those good things helps us, and we love to just grow this community more and more and more. So thanks a lot. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.